Live stream should be starting up soon. Everything's fine. I believe everything's good on my side. Kick. Fresh Twitter. Twitter's good. Wait. Age of Empires is listed on YouTube? Here. YouTube going? Okay, so I'll say public. Okay. Fine. YouTube thumbnail. Good. Which is going good. Also have there. Let's take a look at Rumble. Rumble appears to be good. Let me double check my other computer. And looks like everything's going good. So let's go get started. Someone did send me a pair of replays to take a look at, so let's see if they are good. Right now, I have not looked at it whatsoever. I like going to blind. Going to these replays blind. Blah, I can't speak right now. Another long day. And looks like everything's good. Oh boy, that is sensitive. I don't like being sensitive. Either way, let's go ahead and get started. Spawn. Greetings everyone, and great here. Spawn on the north side as the blue Aztecs. We have a lopsided fluff. Spawn bottom right side as the green Iroquois. We have blue 3890. So we got a bit of native tribe battle here. Wait, we already got a... Oh, we got a... He spent his early Travis into a farm. Oh, that's interesting. Let's see, no deck selected, so he has a plan for his early farm. It's also straight. Heresy, it is straight. He has rotated it, you monster. Either way, up here, of course, got the Community Plaza house, pretty standard. Aztec War Chief is moving down south. Something I've been noticing a bit more when I play Aztecs, it is actually better to not convert any of the locals as playing as Aztecs. It's better to just actually kill everything with ×2 experience aura. You'll see he's trying to body block his opponent's War Chief. Oh, nope. Got a bit of dance around there, and looks like blue does steal the food there. Not bad. I Vane and misclicked. We do now have the War Chief moving around. Looks like she already sent the 3 villagers, so it's already asking for a replay. Taking out some of the local doggos. You monster, stealing their food stuff. You monster, how's their winter food? We got the war hut here. Wait. That also doesn't look correct. It's also slightly rotated, but not straight. Let's see, we do have decks selected here. We got 1v1 Town Destroyer. We got Villagers, Wood, all resources. We got Town Destroyer. Makes your War Chief much more destructive against buildings. Giving his increases siege damage by 1400%. Anna's Tomahawks, Warrior Hut Attack, Warrior Hut Hit Points, Conservative Tactics, Kenyan Horsemen, all resources, Forest Prowlers, Tomahawks, War Hut, Warrior Combat, Musket Riders, Kenyan Horsemen, the more Kenyan Horsemen, Cavalry Hit Points, Renegade French, Haudenosaunee Woodworking, Infinite all resources, Tomahawks, Light Cannon, and Renegade French. And his opponent is going for the Elder. He is going for the Messenger. The message is attack. Age 2. Villagers, High Priest. Villagers, Wood, Infinite Coin, Warrior Priest, Coyote Runners, Coyote Runner Tactics, Puma Spearmen, Slingers, Wood, Coyote Runners, Jaguar Prowler Knights, Knights Hit Points, Knight Attack, Aztec Mining. We got the Slinger Temple, Hero Knight Temple, Jaguar Prowler Knight Temple, Eagle Runner Knight Temple, Infinite Coin, much higher, Slinger Combat, Knight Combat, and Great Chimpanania. No Skull Knight Temple. It's a similar deck that I use as well, with some variations, and not necessarily similar, maybe just 80% similar, since there's a lot of good cards the Aztecs have. Able to get both 8 and 9 Slingers is a very good combination. Just take time to deal some damage to that villager. Granted, large numbers of units do less damage versus villagers. And now we do have the War Hut deployed on out. This War Hut does also have increased damage thanks for his age up benefit. He's on torch down this area. Is he going for... He has not gotten Town Destroyer just yet. It will improve his damage by 1400%. So I think it does like... Let's see, around 300 damage if I remember correctly. He's not going for Shipment Slingers. 9 Slingers is a very, very good card. He is over pop now, so he get a pair. He has enough wood for some houses. The Aztec War Chief has gone down. The Slingers are a light infantry unit, so they'll be effective versus Tomahawks. He does, of course, have a Cherokee Rifleman, which is a skirmisher variant, but the chance of him fighting against Puma Spearman is quite minimal. And now he's going for the big button Aztec Scouting Party, which will give him a handful of Jaguar Prowler Knights. Blue says he wants to surrender now, since he lost the War Chief. Jaguar Prowler Knights are good anti-heavy. They do have ×3 damage versus heavy infantry. They're a heavier unit with extra bonus damage versus heavy infantry. Really good bonus damage versus heavy infantry. They're good versus Mass Musketeer, in this case, Mass Tomahawk. Slingers do get a good volley there, and since they also have heavy melee, they also have good siege attack, and they do have the capability for stick camouflage. Jaguar Prowler Knights are good, but most of the Aztec composition is relatively vulnerable to mass skirmishers. While Coyote Runners are abusable, they're not exactly great counter, and they don't have access to cannon. So if the Sioux player eyes for Iroquois player eyes for Forest Prowlers in Fortress Age, that is a good weapon, and light cannon is also something a bit hard to deal with. Granted, Aztecs do have the Arrow Knights, which are pretty good as well. And he has all the Knight combat capabilities as well, which can make your Knights very, very good. They're just not Knights of Malta. They're just Knights of Aztecs, and which they're probably the best Knights in the game, compared to 2. Canyon Horse now being put on the field, which will help him deal with those Slingers. And he does get out some Puma Spearmen as well, so he does have a very good amount of siege damage. Puma Spearmen are a good Spearman variant. They have excellent siege damage, but don't have the... They're also slightly more expensive, being costing 90 rather than 80. They have also slightly higher base damage, but have no 2 range. Overall, they're a good Spearman variant. Let's just leave it at that. Fast Horseman now being pulled on out. He's going for some Canyon Horsemen. The farm is still heretically sideways. Oh, the War Hut's sideways as well. Heresy. Hawks push way forward, got good number of Slingers, but he's hitting the War Hut. He may want to not do that. Jaguar Prowler Knights want to engage in melee. The Puma Spearmen are not really that important at this moment to engage these ranged forces. Skirmishers, the Slingers are trying to engage the Tomahawks. Aztec got raided too. Not sure what you're referring to. Oh, are you talking about these horsemen here? I didn't see that. A little bit out of today. Let's see, the arrow course at 27. Oh, that's down to 20. So he must got a good number of kills there, eh? I just more to focus on the heretical placement of the, or the heretical angle of the war hut. We do now have the experience per second. Looks like his single war. Oh, looks like even the warrior priest took some damage there as well. Got a shipment of wood going for more slingers. The Sioux is eyeing for around another horseman. Very nice. A shipment of horsemen right here. Now the upgrades here. Nortown Destroyer. Horsemen do receive a bit of damage there. Slingers are of course a light infantry, so they do less damage versus cavalry. And coyote runners are shock infantry, so they're more or less similar to the horsemen. Granted, different population, different costs, and all that sort. A little bit slower. 18 damage versus 27 damage. Comparison, coyote runners are probably cost effective in compared to the Canyon horsemen, and definitely a bit more population efficient, that's for sure. Of course, got the war hut here. The war hut does have the slightly improved damage, plus 3 damage, and plus the plus 50% damage versus cavalry will be nice. Oh crap! I just saw this. Multiple villagers going down. Great raids on the Aztecs. Back down to 20. He's having trouble getting past 20, isn't he? He is nowhere near aging up. He does not have the calendar dance, so just simply can't dance at the community closet for a cheaper age up. I actually really do like that dance. It is a very nice dance. More tomahawks being blown on the field. A good counter will still be a slingers. A good counter is also a good economy because he has 50% less villagers. The Coyotes could push forward and try to raid his opponent's villagers as well. Granted, he doesn't see where his opponent's villagers are at, but there's a good number exposed at the hunts. So that was close to where his army was. Now Green started to advance his way forward. Horsemen are charging the way forward. There's still a couple of Jaguar Prowl Knights to help engage the horsemen, but he's out of Puma Spearmen. Going for a shipment of the Anna Archers. Not bad. Now got the shipment of Puma Spearmen. He does need those as well as another round of Spearmen here. In 11 Spearmen can be very useful to engage the horsemen and able to torch down his opponent. They do have relatively similar DPS to the Tomahawks, having 14 damage versus 12 damage. If I can click on one of them, there they are. 20% melee resist, 20% melee resist, so they will lose 1v1 versus Tomahawks, but they will still do reasonable versus them. Skirmishers now engaging. Or the slingers, not skirmishers. Same difference, light infantry. Great Star have fallen back, doesn't want to deal with all the slingers. The slingers are up front, Puma Spearman in tow, so you can't simply just charge the cavalry on in. Well, you can. May not go that great, but 55 units, 56 units. It could actually go quite well if you just charge the cavalry in. Be a bloody conflict, that's for sure. The Aztec player may want to switch to the damage ritual in order to get a little bit of extra damage, nothing too significant. More Tomahawks, more villagers. Some of the horsemen do get some damage there. Tomahawks are raining on in. Tomahawks don't have to care what they shoot at. They can just as long as they do damage, they do just fine. Getting a little caught up on the coin deposit there. Horsemen being pursued by the various melee infantry. One of the Jaguar Prowl Knights is still alive. Oh, what? That? Well, I think it was a little bit too premature. Sure, he lost a large number of villagers, but Green's positioning was not great with his coin deposit. That could have still gone either way. Not guaranteed loss. I think blew through in the tower a little bit too soon. Either way, this is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. A little bit too abrupt. Oops, wrong button. I forget which one that was. I'm pretty sure that was game 101. Let's just select game 102 before I delete both. Ah, here we go. Oh, crap. That is way too down. My camera acceleration. There we go. Much better. Greetings everyone, and Grade here for another HBARS 3 replay. So on the right side as the green Hosua, we have blue 3890. So on the left side as the blue Iroquois, we have lopsided fluff. We got green's Explorer pushing forward. It's called the Emir or the Raz. I always forget which one's which between the Ethiopians and the Hosua. But he is going to charge straight in the center of the map, maybe trying to defeat these unbearable bears who, guarding their porcupine quills, they probably got stuck in their own face and some odd reason kept. No deck selected just yet. No deck selected just yet. I hear a what's called granary. And the beaver pelts that you can skin for 35 gold is still alive. And looks like the local dog was now fighting. It's a dog-eat-dog world. And he will go ahead and steal these dogs' pile of cottonwood trees. He's stealing this bunch of sticks for 75 wood. Looks like the explorer name is Scar. I don't think this one's, I think it's randomly generated name. That does not look like a user-generated name. Does this guy have a scar on his face? No, that's definitely face paint. Don't see any scar there. One bear does go down. Green may try to push forward. Oh, I think he is going to try to steal this treasure there. Bringing a shipment of villagers. Let's see, let's take a little sec. 1v1 water, so he's eyeing for some fishies. Villagers, Pukala Code, Woodcoin, Fulani Archers, Raiders, Photo Tactics. Looks like blue or green's trying to put some damage onto blue's explorer. Green's trying to steal this treasure. It's 135 experience, so that would give them a decent amount of weight to a shipment. Blue is taking some damage there, and looks like green will pick it up first. Yep, green does steal it. Let's see, where was I? Raiders, Photo Tactics, Hand Cavalry Damage, Palace of Armenia, Herots, Spice Trade, Battle Canoes. So can these guys can also train units, so that's one that can, not like caravels, can also collect up resources. That one's a trainer. Jukunawa, Influence, Javelin Riders, blah. Fulani Archers, more Fulani Archers, Lithan Knights, Counter Cavalry Tactics, Fulani Archer Combat, Recruit Zevik, a powerful, agile mercenary warship that fires faster at close range. Wandu, Lithan Knights, Drabi Parade, and more Zeviks. Let's see, Guandu. Gives a Fulani town of sends 9 Fulani Archers and 5 Lithan Knights, so it's just a mixed army. His opponent is going for the Messenger. He's going for the Songhai, which will, let's see, H2. Villagers, Rum Distillery, 5 villagers. All resources, Annas, Tomahawks, Warrior Hut Combat, Warrior Hut Hit Points, Conservative Tactics, Cunning Horsemen, The New Ways, all resources, Forest Prowlers, Warrior Hut Combat, Musket Riders, Canyon Horsemen, Cavalry Hit Points, Cavalry Damage, Siege Combat, Renegade French, North American Trade, all resources, Infinite, Light Cannon, Renegade French. Looks like I got also a shipment of villagers coming on in. Still going for Songhai. And blue is going for some fishing boats. But the Hosua, if he scouts out the dock and scouts out the fishing canoes, he probably should immediately go for the battle canoes for shipping to start getting naval supremacy, and then he could set them patrol, move along the coastline, and then collect up his own fishies. Blue is eyeing for a proxy war hut. Immediately going for the Palace of Armenia. You can always go for the kill the fishing boats later. After all, killing 3 fishing boats right now is nothing too significant. He's not currently eyeing any more fishing boats. He's not going for the Tomahawk group there, so it does have now 5 quickly spawned Tomahawks. His opponent can, of course, go with the Songhide Raid, which will be countered by the Tomahawks, so it's not a great idea. Asmina will give him 300 tokens in a form of bags to collect on up, not directly deposit on in. University is taking a bit of damage there. There's the Palace Builder. Does go get that built. He's going to try to retaliate against it. The Town Center is firing away. Does take out 1 Tomahawk there. More Tomahawks not being blown on out. There's a war camp there going for some Fulani archers. Gym available. Are a good idea to go for Fulani archers. Castle's now built. Does offer 30 damage. Raiders quickly deploy them out just to give the castle some buying time. Engaging Tomahawks like this is not great, but maybe necessary. Does save his castle there. Going for Fulani archers now. More horsemen looks like just got shipped on in. Castle not being repaired at the moment. Another house built. Going for more Tomahawks there, so Fulani archers is still a good idea. Javeliners there. Fulani archers still kind of ship on in. If necessary, he could try selling some cattle early to get a nice little resource bump. There's the Fulani archers. The castle is taking more beating. All he needs to do is just stay alive for long enough. He does have the Canyon Horsemen to counter the Fulani archers at the moment. Taking some damage there. The damage is not too terribly great from castle. May fire cannon, but it only represents the 1 AoE and 30 damage, so the same damage as, say, the War Hut, just 1 plus 1 AoE. All the multipliers seem to be the same as well. Actually, no, it does do a little bit bonus more damage versus shock. Not like that really matters all too much. Plus 20% damage versus shock for a single attack. Yeah, not that important. Now we do have the shipment of battle canoes being pulled out of the field, which will easily hard to counter those fishing boats. I mentioned beforehand it may be a good idea, but maybe not. It's just 3 fishing boats at the moment. It's spending entire shipment on killing 3 fishing boats. I don't know if that's adequate enough. He has 20 villagers at the moment. Does not. He's a little bit behind. One has 30. Because of course he had the ×5 shipment as opposed to his own just no ×5 shipment of villagers. Taking out these unbearable bears. The war chief will be brought on up relatively soon. John Fires, of course, is a light cavalry, good against the Canyon Horsemen. Oh, that's the battle canoe I'm hearing. I don't know why, I was thinking I was trying to hear a cannon shot, but he immediately goes to the dock there so these fishing boats don't get garrisoned inside. Oh, those battle canoes are much larger than I would imagine for an H2 unit. The castle has been repaired, so he can just let the Fulani archers fire away. They do have 17 range, they have good multipliers, and a good attack speed as well. Raiders trying to charge away 4, but the Raiders are not good in this situation, though there's actually a good number of archers now. Another round of Raiders won out. It does focus down some of the lone Tomahawks, which actually is a good starting point for them to engage with. Tomahawks now engaging the Raiders. Javelin Riders push right forward. They need to make sure they focus on the horsemen so those Fulani archers can do good work. Unless the blue does get forced on the back. Green, while defensive, is not in a bad position at the moment. More Tomahawks being queued on up, hunting doggos, and a shipment of archers. The Iroquois is really on progression. I think he just canceled the shipment of archers, going for all resources now. And it looks like there's still 1 fishing canoe up there trying to hunt him down. Clearly, he can't see this because the curvature of the earth is obscuring the view of the fishing boat, right? Not like it's a big open sea that's flat. Curves. You may hear my drink open up. My apologies. Another round of tomahawks being pulled on the field. Looks like he did find the fishing canoe. Now it's fishing from under the sea. Another round of tomahawks there. Probably a good idea to put these guys on a patrol move, though it says they can build units. It could, build units. Oh, so they can fish. That's good to know. It says it's a powerful, agile warship and can also train units. It's type, fishing boat. So these guys can fish like caravels. So they combine two of the European types so they both collect and fish. That's actually good to know. I thought they were just only meant for war, but apparently not. I really don't know much of the water meta on this game, honestly. I think water is more or less an afterthought for most of the Age of Empires game. I think they do water combat the best in Age of Empires 4, believe it or not. Though granted, I have not played Age of Empires 1. The raiders are getting hit. He does load up the raiders, and he could just drop them off over here. And he will go ahead and start raiding the villagers. Very nice. They don't do any bonus versus villagers, but 22 damage is not bad. Got a couple good hits there. Falling back. The horsemen are at full health. These raiders not so much. The battle canoe can, of course, provide some fire support for his raiders. And this is a good job. Even though it's not current collect at the moment, the fact that he's able to keep his opponent defensive is always a good thing. It means you can go ahead and collect up resources, start focus on economy. Though you still have to build a military. He does have a decent sized military at the moment. The Iroquois right now have an army of 47. His opponent has an army of 49. Similar numbers. Though he does have some Gearats here. They can toot their horns and heal up his units. So his units can be healed up. Such as this raider. Wait, can raiders be healed up? I'm assuming they can. Even though they are... Some are deployed by Big Button. Yet they're healing up right now. Just have to take some time. I really don't know... I know militia can't be healed up, and I don't know why I thought the raiders couldn't. Maybe because the Big Button. Raiders roll. Okay, that's a bad reference. Some of these villagers are not getting hit there. He's going to stand and fight. Villagers do have good punching capability. He does lose a villager, however. Both of the raiders do go down, but the count of villagers not bad. Asperatory 4 has Army 48 versus Army 56, so got nice build up from both sides. Lonnie archers do get a volley and sent a volley. Gearats tooting the horns now. The Emir is taking quite a bit of fire there. It's actually good for Gray. It means he's absorbing a lot of damage. The Blues Explorer is getting stunned by the Gearats. Castle providing some fire support. He's helping. Javelin Riders and Raiders take out the Kanya Horsemen. Tomahawks game 2 did it very quite nicely. Lonnie Archer's still doing quite well. Nice and protected. The Anna Archer's still doing quite well. Wait, does the Gearats affect AoE? Look like an AoE there. I thought they were a single target, but noise damage to siege, but looked like they were doing AoE effect. Or it could just be their rate of fire is high enough that it can affect multiple targets. Got now shipment of Anna Archers there, very nice. Number of Javelin Raiders, which the Anna Archers will be just fine. Anna Archers also a little bit unique, they only cost food, so they actually make them very cheap. Lonnie Archer's still doing quite well in the back line. Anna Archers have 13 damage, 16 range. Lonnie Archers have 9 damage, 17 range. Less multipliers as well. So on paper, it looks like the Anna archers are significantly better than the Fulani archers. They also have better heavy multipliers. Looks like they're simply getting overran, and looks like blue does back of the game. This Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and have. Oh, looks like there's a little bit of raid there. This Angrade saying, "Thank you for watching," and on to the next replay. Relatively short games, not a bad thing. After all, it was definitely not one-sided. If it's short and one-sided, not really worth casting. But if it's short and action-packed, that's not bad. I did that one yesterday, I believe. Clean that one up. And let's go for this one here. Record a game number 4. Yep, a little bit too... There we go. Much better. Greetings everyone, and Great here for another HBars 3 replay. So on the south side as the Red Incan, we have Rodgrig Alt. I'm probably overthinking this. Rodgigot. I have no idea. As well on the north side as the blue French, we have Captain Mazen. No deck selected just yet, and no deck selected just yet. Before it comes to the native map, we have the Mayan Settlement, which can give you some Javelineers, as well as the Zapotok Settlement, which can give you some Jaguar Prowl Knight variants. That block Lightning Warriors. They do cost a little bit higher in wood, so it's a bit harder to get these guys deployed in the field. And the Javelineers are, of course, a heavy infantry, more similar to musketmen. Instead of costing gold as for 25, they cost wood. How native. The Unbearable Bear is going down. If he will go ahead and steal the trapped native warrior who may join you. Looks like, let's see. Not sure which model is that. Is that a Mayan Spearman? Bears do go down, and let's see what type of native warrior is this. The Incan player has selected a deck, and it is the Mayan Hochland Spearman, which is not a Mayan Hochland Javelineer. This guy is purely melee. It also has quite a bit of anti hero damage, less hero damage, less village damage, but still does both damage as cavalry and shock. Either way, for the Incan's deck, we do have X1 Villagers, American Allies, Villagers, Coin, Drama, Jimmy Runners, Jungle Bowmen, Range Infantry Attack, Range Infantry Hit Points, Warheart Travis, Canary Support. Canary sends 8 Plumed Spearmen and teaches them how to increase their attack speed. Chica Brewing, Villagers, 2 Town Travises, Chimi Runners, Macemen, Melee Infantry Combat, Hurlocos, Renegade Spanish, Chimu Support, Ramaka Support, Machu Pikachu, High Ground, insert Star Wars joke there, I'm just gonna leave it at that, Cha Cha Poya Support, and Terrace Farming. The French, going for Alaktaka, okay? I have no idea how to pronounce French. Couriers, Economic Theory. Now going for his age up. More couriers, Wood Coin, Crossbowmen, Renegade Infantry, Renegade Range Infantry, blah, Hussars, and Cavalry Hit Points, Wilderness Warfare, Edicts of Nanits, Wood Coin, Skirmishers, Crusaders, Cavalry Combat, Dragoons, Falconets, Refrigeration, Villagers, Heavy Cannon, Factory. And over here, the Incan player is eyeing for the Elder. We do have another native over here. Looks like it's a Cherokee Rifleman, I believe that one is. He could see himself a Bandit Rifleman. Bandit Riflemans do have good damage, 40 damage. Blue, however, looks like it's attacking somebody way up here. No? Then I'm not sure who's shooting. Probably shooting some of these land tanks. And Red will be going to convert the Bandit Rifleman. Oh no, he's going for the Bandit Gunslinger. I think the Bandit Rifleman is overall better option entirely, though the Bandit Gunslinger does have better melee damage. I think range damage is probably a bit more useful in these one-off units. And now I've got the Cherokee Rifleman, now be able to be obtained. Another Contra House is doing a bit of Contra House boom. Got quite a bit of villagers on wood at the moment. He does have one shipment available, probably for times 5 villagers. The French are eyeing for more French villagers. He already got the H2, going for a stable and likely to go for some Hussars. That's pretty standard for French to go for a handful of Hussars early on. Steel traps. He does have shipment available. He could perhaps go for... Nope, he's going for wood. I was going to say he can go for Hussars to go along with his Hussars. Incan player is actually bringing some Warhut Travis's shipment. So that will give him some decent defense. Versus the raiding cavalry, he can perhaps put it next to the copper deposit, or he can put it inside his town center. The shock scout is scouting, and looks like maybe the Blackfoot scout's trying to run and shank the Chisqui, or however you pronounce that. Contra House is now being employed on the field. We do have the Warhut Travises being placed in there. He is walling in himself in with the Contra Houses. And now going for villagers. He probably should eye for the Chica Brewers soon, but honestly the Cannery Nari support wouldn't be half bad if he sees Hussars, but right now the French player may have built a stable. There's Hussars. Warhut's course does do bonus damage versus cavalry, bump the damage up to 45. These guys do have 20% range resist, so that 45 damage should be down to 40. So it'll take what, 12 shots to take out Hussar from the Warhuts. Does inside the Warhut there. Does find a villager here. This villager will go down. Very nice. He does have a handful of Plume Spearmen that may be for the big button, as opposed to the little button. Does find the scout there. Scout decides to tickle them a little bit for 6 damage. Another shipment available. The Canary support does cost 500 gold. Does get some damage on the Hussars falling him back. Spearmen do not get a proper engagement there. Hussars moving around. We'll find some damage on these villagers. Does get some good damage. At this point in time, he may want to go for an increased health on his villagers since he's having trouble keeping his villagers healthy. Amalgamation just been researched by the French player. Now going for King Saul. More Plume Spear now being employed on the field for defensive purposes. He has a pretty nice little wall here. He can put some contingent spearmen here and perhaps over here. He has 12 Contra Houses out of 12, so he's built all 12. And does have improved food collection from it, so now they're almost at 1 per second. So this is a good amount of food being generated from passively now. The French player is now aiming for H3. Got more walls going on out. There's a big wave of spearmen. Does not properly receive some damage there. None of these villagers are wounded. Now the one's wounded. 2 of them actually. And that villager was wounded, so he did pick off that wounded villager. Nice little raid. Now 26 villagers, opponent's at 25. Of course, they are French villagers, which means they're better 1v1 individually. But his one course had the contra houses, so it's hard to calculate. Difference, we got 800, 700, so let's just call that 1500 versus 1500, so it looks like the economy is still the same. Cherokee Rifleman, Bandit, Gunslinger, and the Lion Hochland Spearman to go down, but just the Cherokee Rifleman. And we got Church on the field. He does not have the Church improvement just yet. He has a good number of villagers on the coin deposit there. Bring the Falconets. He knows about the Spearmen on the field, which they do good siege damage, 35. Incan player needs more coin to age up. Got a random Dragoons on the opponent field, which may not be a good idea versus the Plume Spearmen, though they do have good mobility, and they have range attack, unlike Plume Spearmen, so with proper micro, they will be just fine, though. They're not a hard to counter, unless you count not taking any damage as a hard counter, then they would be a hard counter. Either way, he does need to get some more housing space. Falconets push way forward. If the Falconets get overran, he may need to stand and fight with them, which is not good. So these guys are very stacked up, get some good damage there. And he's going to lose a large number of units because he had to defend his Falconets. He does take them all out. Not a great engagement, but it was overall still victory on his side. Shimmer of wood now there. He does have some walls now. We know there's a little bit opening there. Age 3. Joins the messenger. The message is attack. He does have a number of jungle bowmen being deployed on the field, which will do Bone Stand versus Venom Dragoons. They're right now in stagger mode. I'll bring in a shipment of Hurlcots going for the Incan Scouting Party, which are more of the Plume Spearmen, right? Yep. Plume Spear now deployed on the field. Falconets engaging the Contra House. And more Jungle Bowmen being queued on up. The biggest issue right now are those Falconets. Elite Hurlcots, they do have siege damage. They do Bone Stand versus siege weapons. Very nice. Does take out one. It does take out the other. That's all he needs them to do. They do significantly bad damage versus cavalry, so just trying to run away with them, maybe not half bad. Jungle Bowman push way forward. Some of the Plume Spearmen does get gunned down, focused down. I got another shipment of villagers and more Jungle Bowmen. His opponent's going for some of the French Cuirassiers, the premier heavy French cav. Or Cuirassiers? I don't know how to pronounce that. Every time I look at that, I think Cuirassiers? Cuirassier? That could be it. I have no idea. So they went ahead and pause. The cat versus the goat. Cavalry combat now being deployed on the field. Got a decent force now pushing way forward. I think I just heard artillery foundry deployed on the field. Some Falconets wouldn't be half bad. We do have the Citadel now going on up, being built by the War Chief. The Quilto Toma, or I haven't pronounced that. We need to push forward to protect it, but Dragons do not have good siege damage. Cuirassiers have 33 siege damage, which is good, but also not great for the population space. So the Citadel looks like will go up unless he snipes the War Chief. Now he's going to try to snipe the War Chief. Gunbow engaging, War Chief taking some damage, Plume Spearman needs to engage the Cuirassiers, and the Citadel does go up before the War Chief goes down. Does go ahead and get inside of the Citadel. Oh, apparently they take time to get inside the Citadel. Garrison units strengthen its attack. That's what he was doing. Got a round of Falconets there. The Citadel does have 40 range. But no, that's anti-ship attack. It does have 24 range. Now I've got the Edict of Nanitz. Additional town center pulled out here. No trade posts on the map whatsoever. This garrison units for increased attack. But so far I've not seen the ranged attack increased once. I'm not sure if that actually works. I know there's something I've been sort of theorizing as well for the Aztecs. You can bring the ship into the Citadel, but they also have a defensive dance can help improve the damage and health of your buildings. I always wonder how well that combos with these Citadels. Large number of Chimera runners pull out in the field. French villagers push forward to this coin deposit. And also the War Chief has been brought back up, gets inside the Citadel as well. I still have not seen this point goes up once. Maybe it was originally 33, now it's 35. I don't know how that exactly works at the moment. Looks like the French players are going to gaslight his opponent. Got a good number of Falconets. That will put some holes in the Citadel. It only has 24 range. Falconets have a range of 28 or 26. Oh, it's getting some good damage there, so maybe it doesn't exactly collide here or shown there properly. Got Shimi runners not going on down. Got a good number of middle guard here. And all of these forces does get de-garrisoned. Grenadier should be effective against his opponent's composition. He does have good number of Chimi runners to engage the Grenadiers. And that will be also effective versus the Falconets. Those Dragoons are technically the hard counter to them. Also receiving some damage. Chimi runners now charging the way forward. They have a large number of targets in front of them, and they're starting to disintegrate those targets. Chimi runners, they have to get to the Falconets. They're having trouble moving their way forward. I have no idea what they're. Okay, I've got a group of them now engaging, but it was not great. And only one of the Falconets have gone down. Plume Spearman gains some damage on the Grenadiers. Grenadiers slowly whittling down the Holcomb Spearmen. And Elite Spearmen. Another good group of these Gunbows starting to go down. The Falconet's still reigning supreme. Trying to fall back now. All of the blue support's now gone. Grenadier just run away with the cannon. Nope, he's going to go ahead and siege on the town center. One more volley and down. He has 45 villagers at the moment versus 36. Going to H4 now, the Tycoon. And the Falcon is going to take time to run away. That's his current army in the field, just the Grenadiers. I wonder if he's going to go for some more church improvements. Oh, he did go for the warrior damage for a time frame, increasing damage by 3%. That llama is definitely causing some drama there. I'm not going to stop using that line. And town center over here being built. Coin being seized over here. French villagers are migrating up north. Got another stable here, as well as a French town center. Blue's Explorer goes next to Red's Explorer. So trying to herd the bison towards this town center there. Town center is now built. And now do you have the Hulanka upgrade now being researched? Heavy cannon for the French. He also another shipment available. Had 10 dragoons push way forward. Villagers do get inside the town center to escape on out. And the dragoons just need to get on out of there before taking any more damage.
Oui.
10 villagers not being shipped on in. Very nice. And now it's going for the old guard. The middle guard being replaced with the old guard.
Oui.
And now there's 15 grenadiers to work with. He has a good amount of siege and AoE, 4 falconets, 2 heavy cannon, and 15 grenadiers. I can rip apart these formations, barring the Chimie runners. The dragoons need to hit those Chimie runners. Chimie runners are taking quite a bit of damage on the advance. Dragoons need to focus on those Chimie runners, but there's so many of them, it's hard to take them out, unlike heavy cav. There's another round dragoon. Everything's starting to move forward. He does have 13 of the grenadiers remaining. He lost half of his cannon. Cannon getting some good damage there. Dragoons push way forward, getting some good damage. Grenadiers getting some good damage on the various heavy infantry. He does kill off the entire Incan army. Oh, got grenade launchers as well. Red surprised how that went. And it looks like Red does back of the game. This is Angrade saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Choke points. Choke points are very good for AoE weapons. That's what happened. Much better. Greetings everyone, and Great here from another H-Pars free replays. On the right side as the blue French, we have Captain Mazin. On the left side as the red Japanese, we have Canadian. Looks like the explorers are the ninja ladies. Over here, the explorer is the
Oui, votre ordre?
that's definitely not the standard French explorer. I don't know what type of skin that is. By the way, when it comes to natives map, we got the Berbers, my favorite of the natives. We got the Berber Cam Rider, not the least important thing about the units. The Berber Nomad, a very good villager, and the Salty Camel. The best native unit in the game, in my opinion. And of course, we got the Sudanese, which can give access to Sudanese Dervish, as well as some mercenary Askari and the mercenary Sinar Horsemen. And getting the mercenaries is pretty cheap, just 50-50. Do you have a consulate deployed on the field? Do we see a deck? No deck. See a deck, we do see the Portuguese. And it looks like the obelisk will give him 75 wood. There's definitely a nice chewy wood interior to the hard stone. That's where you got the wood, most definitely. Trying going up over there to collect up some of these zebra. More villagers being brought in. Does have a shipment available. And let's see, new land. I guess means new land deck. We do have Heavenly Kami, supplementary law, or sumpto. I have no idea to pronounce even the most common basic words. Villagers wood, coin, shrine wagons, Yumi archers, musketeers, musketeer attack, diplomatic intrigue, daimyo, chariot orchard rickshaws, villagers wood, coin, Yumi archers, way of the bow, musketeers, close combat, Mounted archers, rush, flaming arrows, more flaming arrows, mountain castles, and the shogun. And for the French, we got Alakataka. Okay. Yes, I can't pronounce French. Villagers, Economic 3, villagers, wood, coin, crossbows, range infantry hit points, hussars, cavalry hit points, wilderness warfare, edicts of Nanit, wood coin, skirmishers, cuirassiers, cavalry combat, dragoons, falconets, refrigeration, couriers, heavy cannon, factory, and factory. We do now have the quartermaster now being pulled on out. And he does get off the local doggo to steal his big branch. They stole his stick. You monster.
Prêt.
And the Frenchman will steal another big stick. Stop killing off the dogs. They want to keep their sticks. Another local doggo will be going down. And he'll steal his Carthaginian story about Hannibal's culinary escapades. Somehow that's more food, even though that's actually probably not actually food that's immediately edible. Unless the culinary escapade is how to eat a book.
Votre ordre?
We do now have another local doggo going down. Seeing is a pakieka, wharf 30 food, whatever a pakieka is. Probably butchered that word. Driftwood, unprotected. And probably, I wonder, it's getting pretty close to shoreline. I wonder if that's actually collectible. This one's a little bit more out at quote-unquote sea, and this one is protected by a swamp pupper, and its otters there. No, those otters look a little bit cute. Fresh pearl clams worth 60 food and 25 coin. Guardians, 1 crocodile. Got a round of crossbows being pulled out by the French. Tory gates now being deployed on the field. We'll give them 1 military rickshaw and 1 samurai. We got a very fine coat. Steel traps now being pulled on out. More of the ostriches being claimed. Got another trade post here deployed out by the French. More on his opponent's side of the map. You should now come to see deployed out here for the right person. And these two for the left person. Crossbows I heard firing. Looks like hitting the explorer. You may want to smoke bomb out of there. And she does fail the smoke bomb there. Now we got a round of musketeers being pulled out by the Frenchman. The Japanese player is not building out a shrine. Need a bit more wood for a shrine. Does cost what? 140? There's a shrine wagons. That's why he's not building shrines. Oh yeah, 107 because of the some sort of discount from somewhere. Boards of wood now being shipped on in. Market going on up. This one have to push way forward. 16 military units. We've got the shrine wagon could be intercepted by the hussars. Shrine wagons do have a bit of siege resist, but no melee resist. Nor infinite health, but does manage to get the shrine, start building, and will actually take a prolonged time to go down. So getting to actually build will make it a good better stall for red to help provide a counter. More musketeers being put on the field. He sees his opponent's mostly musketeer crossbow army, so going for more of his own archers would probably be a good idea. Crossbows don't have great multipliers versus heavy infantry, so his own musketeers will still be reasonable. And now he's be start sieging out his shrine as well. Got a round of musketeers here, as well as the French explorer pushing the way forward. We do not have the something lanterns there. I don't know how to pronounce that. Various other research in the way, and shipment of villagers. Now going for around Naginata riders, which should help engage the crossbows. Have to be careful about those musketeers, however. He has a single samurai still on the field from his tour gates to engage the Hussars. Does have no musketeers. He sells the Portuguese here. Not enough export to import some units. It looks like a good number of these shrines will be going down, and he does need to keep these shrines alive. He needs population housing. I'm trying to get engagement. Going straight for the Hussars, since the samurai can do bonus damage to him. Does take some damage and falls back. The samurai may go down, kind of around Naginata riders. You gotta be very careful versus those musketeers. Eastern medicine now being researched. More musketeers, more Naginata riders, and another shipment of villagers. Crossbows taking some damage there. Musketeers getting some good damage there onto the musketeers. And it looks like the crossbows will go down to the Naginata riders, but looks like getting a little bit distracted. More musketeers there. Does pick off more of the Naginata riders. Red should be able to hold off this force quite fine. He does have good number of musketeers. 11 units versus 9. More crossbows, more wood being brought on in. Shrine wagons once again. Shrine wagons, looks like right now they each cost 107, so that's basically a shipment of 600 wood. Though, nice thing about getting 600 wood, though, it does take a bit of time for your villagers to collect them up. You can take your, if you build them, you get a bit of experience back with them, a bit of rebate. But of course, the nice thing about the shrine wagons is it takes very little labor to build them since they provide their own labor. Trade post starting to go on down now. Her sister is still lying on the ground, bleeding. And now do you have the exile prince now being deployed on out. Nothing else being deployed out here. If these opponents age up, you could try for an eye for a counterattack. Does have a little bit of army on the field. You have these shrines next to the coin deposit, like if they're torps, but that's just where the zebra are at. There's a French house here. The French doesn't have a whole lot of spare housing at the moment. And we've got 41 population versus 83, so the Japanese player has a sizable army in the field. Here in that age up, he may want to be aggressive in order to prevent his opponent from getting too far ahead. Good number of French villagers a little bit idle here as well. Falconet's being researched in, but we've got a good number of Naginata riders. French villager will get killed off. Naginata riders pushing up north. Of course, this is trading post up there you could pass destroyed. Okay, bring out some Berbers and try to get some camel riders to support them out here as well. Proxy camel riders. I heard some gunfire over here. Maybe I'm just mistaken. Who's pushing up north? Falconets in tow. Could be very good for some musketeers. Not so great for the Naginata riders, but good little pick there. Down 24 villagers versus 37. Does get good volley on the Hussars there. Another round push way forward. Nothing down south, though we got a bit of army. Maybe a villager went down there. Red's force getting distracted there on some of the villagers. Not sure that's a good or bad thing at the moment, because he can't be losing his army. Knocking out the riders will get another kill there. The musketeer is now getting hit. He may just want to run these musketeers away. Thank you for the follow, Indraza. Probably butchered your name. My apologies. Naginata riders try and push their way forward. Not as good opportunity to hit those falconets. Some Naginata riders are going down. Playing damage across the falconets. Not bad. It does get both of them killed off. That's all it needs to do with them. Getting some other forces there. Musketeers push forward, get some good kills. Naginata riders are getting killed off. He does have an army of 18 versus an army of 16. These musketeers actually would do just fine against that, but you never know if there's reinforcements. But he knows about his reinforcements. More musketeers there, going for musketeer attack. Waiting for that can help him give a bit of a boost. His opponent has not been able to get any veteran research, so he's not facing any age advantage when it comes to research, barring the veteran dragoons automatically being veteran. Red is a little bit encircled right here. Dragons do offer 26 damage, musketeers offer 24, so they do decent damage versus these units. Oh, up north we do have these Naginata trying to hit some more villagers. And it looks like these musketeers are being picked on off. The French players now eyeing for some skirmishers that would be very effective versus the Japanese musketeers. What's called Ashigaru. I always get these names butchered really bad, so if you ever wonder why I'm shorting them, it's because my pronunciation just sucks on everything. The Japanese players on the 63 population now going for the Shogunate, which will give him a daimyo and some experience. And it looks like the Explorer will go down, dropping her sister. Got cavalry combat now being researched for the Frenchman. That should make his dragons a little bit more effective. Actually, a little bit more than a little bit. And we do have the consul here, so he's gone for isolation Japanese. Musketeers push forward. This area is a little bit impermanized. He does have one ship available. The agent's still pretty far away. He's going forward now. The Bushido principles, trying to get more musketeers. And now there's going to be a big round of musketeers. Going for a military rickshaw from the consulate. Musketeers push forward. Still going with skirmishers. Skirmishers, of course, to counter the musketeers. They offer 18 damage plus times 2 damage. Nice, now he has aged up, going for the veteran Ashigaru, or the discipline I should say. Lightning arrows exactly need to engage these. Does lose the daimyo. There's a military rickshaw getting picked off there. Not a great time to play that out. Those just getting hit there. Musketeers getting some good damage on these skirmishers. Almost all the skirmishers are now down. Going for the town, the sentries and the irregulars. Skirmishers do get overran there. Most of the more skirmishers right here. Trying to go for his flaming arrows once again. Number of shrines over here. As those villagers collecting up some coin. Japanese player's not a great position, but he's not a bad position. He's going for another round of musketeers. Turns out well, he gets 16 musketeers. The Frenchman only has 20 villagers versus 40. If he just waits them long enough, his economy will be better. Or the fact that good enough of them were inside the town center. Flaming arrows will be very effective versus skirmishers, but they're only here in small numbers. Going for some halberdiers. I don't think that's a good transition. Halberdiers would offer good siege damage, but they won't really offer anything too spectacular versus the musketeers. Oh, and now got some Shinobi from Japanese isolationism. Shinobi are a weird infantry unit type. They are a light infantry unit, no multipliers, positive nor negative. They also classified in siege. They're also classified as a siege trooper, so they will take less damage from forts and from outposts and things of that sort. And they also can see stealth. They're a weird unit, just weird. Now I've got some flaming arrows there, so we've got decent competition. All of it very generalist, barring the flaming arrows. Dragons, of course, don't have great siege damage, so it will take a bit of time to destroy all the shrines. Red's not on for counterattack. He may intercept a good number of amount of infantry here, and his force is very good for his infantry. Flaming arrows may have bugged out there. Does get a good volley there on his handful of skirmishers. Blue's army is now split apart. This force just may fall back here, rotate the dragoons back around here to regroup. Because right now his infantry simply can't engage his force. The musketeers were definitely, or the halberdiers were definitely not a great choice. They do have good melee damage, that's for sure. So they actually will beat musketeers in 1-to-1 combat. I don't really agree with their deployment. Do you have 50%? Whoa. Okay, they seem a little bit more saddened now. They must have been, I'm not sure how they're much more saddened right now. Oh, wait, no, they're in the cover mode, so they're taking less range and siege damage. That's what's going on. So they can be very durable front line there. Dragon's trying to straight forward. Does take out one of the flaming arrows. Other flaming arrow being focused down by the dragoons. Skirmishers still firing away. So he's just using the halberdiers as a meat shield. And some Red's starting to fall back now. Skirmishers have 20 range, so they will outrange everything here. Go for more skirmishers, and now some hussars. Hussars against the musketeers may not be a good idea. And against the shinobi, they would be good for shinobi, but they're here in too small numbers to really warrant a appropriate counter, being a light infantry unit with just in small numbers. Not really worth it trying to counter it a specialist counter. More skirmishers now being blown in the field. Villagers are trying to migrate to another resource deposit. And if these villagers get spotted, it could be very bad for the Japanese player. Japanese player is not going for the veteran or disciplined Naginata Rider. Some of these musketeers are getting picked off there. We do have a big round of Naginata Riders being deployed off of Daimyo. Daimyo has been redeployed. Naginata Riders can be very useful against skirmishers, but there's a good number of dragoons here. Daimyo taking quite a bit of damage here. I don't think his deployment will get off in time. Daimyo does go down. And now he has to take time to build Naginata Riders from the stable. That would have been maybe a bit more of a stable deployment. Musketeers not really retaliating against the skirmishers. Skirmishers are in a great position in an urbanized environment to fire away. And Naginata Riders being pulled out right there. There could be a nice little ambush spawn there onto those skirmishers. Barracks now are seeing some damage from the hussars. More dragons push way forward. Needs a shogunate a little bit. And there's Naginata Riders ambushed right on top of the skirmishers. Musketeers are actually pretty far away. That's maybe a little oversight on Red. Villagers push way forward. He's trying to get in the way. Is Shinobi deployed on the field? Musketeers firing away. Hussars engaging Naginata Riders. Dragoons gaining some damage. Dragoons still in good position there. Got still a good number of skirmishers on the back line. And more on Dragoons being pulled out. Third players has 47 villagers, opponent has 32. Granted, a good number of Japanese villagers a little bit idle in this cherry orchards on the not in a safe position. And you can't seize food on the map. Oh, and these villagers, idle villagers, that may spell the end of the game, losing these villagers like this. Villagers falling on back there. Trying to take some damage. Another round of flaming arrows. Those villagers do escape. They have Japanese players 43 versus 33. Oh, and got a couple more idle, or not idle villagers, but soon to be dead villagers. Musketeers get a volley on the Dragoons, knocking out our riders now. Have up against Dragoons. Dragoons are in a bad position there. Taking a good amount of damage. Good on them, are very wounded. Does find the villagers there. They will get killed off. Knocking out our riders do take on. Looks like the riders want to fall back there. More musketeers being deployed on in. 4 dragoons. Both players still building villagers or resuming villager production. Japanese player, let's see, chariot orchards. He does still have another pair of chariot orchards he can bring on the field. After that, he may need to start eyeing for some rice paddies. He does bring up one of the explorers up. The explorer's definitely at max health. And it looks like this explorer over here will get stabbed to death. And red's starting to fall back there. Castle being deployed in the center of the map, maybe for a shipping location. Maybe eyeing for some flaming arrows of his own, or actual deployment, rather ships. Trade orchard rickshaws being deployed in once again. This trade orchard has a bit of food to work with, but that can easily be consumed very quickly. Knocking out of riders getting hit by the dragoons, and a good number of them are starting to go down. Yeah, great engagement there by the dragoons. Red's starting to fall back to knocking out of riders. There's actually a sizable loss there for Red, losing all those knocking out of riders. French going for more dragoons, just brought a shipment of cuirassiers. Taking out the shrine. This shrine's already quite damaged. A sword does need that population housing. He only has 11 free housing right now. Good number of skirmishers up here as well. Ooh, and a bad rally there by the Frenchman. He's going to lose his cuirassiers, and as well as maps a number of skirmishers as well. This one of those cuirassiers is actually pretty big. They're very expensive and powerful cavalry. The French house has plenty of food at the moment and needs a little bit more coin and or wood. You got more musketeers being put up by the Japanese player who does need some more housing. And does go and get the queue saturated before the deployment. Now he has a good amount of musketeers here. They were taking some damage, and none of these units are good at siege. This other force trying to push way forward. May want to leave his flaming arrows behind to get throughout this force push way forward. Villagers needs to migrate past hit that wood over here. Flaming arrow picks off a lone skirmisher. Musketeers sort of streaming their way in. Skirmishers in a great position to engage. Dragoons trying to rotate around, hit the flaming arrows. Got a number of the Yumi archers still on the field. Those of the Yumi archers are not veteran. Dragons start to get hit there. Both flaming arrows go down. Skirmishers in a still good position there. Musketeers trying to push their way forward. Now with the musketeers push their way forward, getting some good damage. They're engaged in melee. They do have 14 melee damage versus skirmishers 7 times 2, so they have 14 melee damage against heavy infantry as well. So relatively equal on the fact that skirmishers have better resistances. Not skirmishers, musketeers. Now push way forward, has a good number of Yumi archers, a good number of musketeers, and some shinobi, which won't receive bonus damage from the skirmishers. Now I got Way of the Bow, which will increase the range of Yumi archers by 2. And they are disciplined right now. They also get some extra health. More flaming arrows being shipped on in. And I've got a pair of shrines down here. Red's rotating around. Explorer's still here. Go spot the artillery foundry. Yep, does spot the artillery foundry there. Skirmishers, got a shipment of coin being brought on in. Shrine is now built. Dragoons will not spot those. Naginata Riders could try trudging forward and find many villagers exposed right there. There's a couple villagers here. You could perhaps try to snipe one or two. Dragoons move around. Oh, this is going to be really bad for the French. Does lose a villager there. Loses 2 villagers. He just ran straight into an army. A couple villagers do heal off to distract his opponent. The French just lost a good number of villagers. 32 versus 48. Dragoons moving around. That was a sizable loss for the French. Now he has to be he has to be a bit more aggressive in order to recoup his losses. But right now, the Japanese player now marching with a sizable army here. Falconets will be very useful against this composition. He is now a group of 3 Falconets. Gotta make sure they don't get overran. Skirmishers push way forward. Falconets sitting on up. Gets a decent volley there. Flaming arrow does get a hit there. Militia on the field. And they will go and batter down the flaming arrows. Falconets do take some damage, but they're still alive. One more flaming arrow now deployed on out. The Falconets are pushing their way forward. Frenchman is out of coin. In which there's a coin deposit down here for him to claim. They may need to get out the Salted Camel. Flaming arrow does go down. Got a good number of Yumi archers. Right now they have 20 range, which is the same range as the skirmishers. Yumi archers do also have 135 health and 24 damage. The skirmishers have only 18 damage, but a bit more health to work with. But overall, those Yumi archers are very, very nice at the moment. They have this multipliers versus heavy infantry. Unlucky, he's not fighting against heavy infantry, so the Yumi archers are more generalists rather than the skirmishers. Though he does have a good number of falconets here. I'm bringing some more dragoons. The Japanese player's not eyeing for anything. Perhaps get some more export-based units. Ooh, that was a flaming arrow that got picked off for free. More Yumi archers now being deployed on the field. So I have a handful of Naginata Riders, which may have been down here. And he does spot the Japanese explorer. Will gun her down. Stable being pulled on out. The French is eyeing for a bit of coin there. Wait, how did this explorer go down there? Am I stupid? How did that explorer go down? Wait, was that a smoke bomb? The explorer was right there. Did she die while smoke bombing? I think that's what may have happened. We got some Yumi archers being deployed out, more villagers being shipped on in. Got a decent amount of wood and coin for the Frenchmen, so you could eye for mill or plantations. Japanese players now pop cap. He has 4 flaming arrows here, which is not bad. Now it's going to be pretty severely pop capped. Got an army of 73 versus an army of 39. Ooh, the Japanese army is being quite numerous. He has nearly twice the amount of villagers as well. You have a mill here, and the villagers are not getting hit at the moment. They do get inside the town center. The mill will go down. Got a number of Dragoons on the build queue, but he's low in population space and low in resources. He just needs more coin and maybe an eye for a Falconet or more. Falconets will be very useful, I'll say. Falconets can hit. One Falconet does go down, so just one of the flame arrows. He's splitting his fire with Falconets, does lose another Falconet there. Two of the flame arrows go down. He's down to one Falconet remaining. And this Falconet's actually quite wounded. The flame arrows line up a shot. Does go down, however. This Falconet can get some good damage, especially doesn't receive any more damage in return. Good amount of damage there. The Frenchman does lose quite a bit of infrastructure. The Japanese player has 49 units remaining. The Frenchman has 35. Japanese players on the pull back up north. Does have a couple more losses. Seeing some damage, trying to keep distance away from the Falconet. More Shimon villagers being brought on in, as well as more musketeers. Japanese players trying to fall back with army of 43. The Frenchmen have an army of 35. Has rebuilt the mill. Got some Dragoons over here.
Votre ordre?
English Explorer still lying on the ground. Got some flaming arrows here. Good number of them. Or for more skirmishers. Those flaming arrows have become a bit more of a problem. He has now proper countered them. A culverin. Okay, he's now going for a culverin. I was going to say a culverin would probably be very useful. Right now he needs more coin. When she's out of coin inside the map, he needs to get a salty camel out. But I don't think that's really a possibility to get out quickly enough. The salty camel can deploy out a 10,000 coin deposit for you to collect. Very useful as a good alternative to a plantation. Skirmishers now getting hit there. Flame arrows get a good volley. Dragoons and hussars will be the dragons will be countered by the Yumi archers. Musketeers are here in a good number to stop the hussars from advancing. Now I've got a number of the Onshia Yamabushi, which have 47 siege damage. They're a good pikeman variant in order to start doing the damage to the structures. Skirmishers starting to get annihilated, and I think Culverin does one-shot the flame arrow. Culverin taking some damage. Is that another one? So this Culverin may go down towards another shut-off. Flame arrow fires. They do immediately kill each other, but we've still got another two flaming arrows there. The French villagers don't go on down. The French army is disintegrated. He's fighting against mostly an army of archers, so hussars will be good. But he's more than just 5. Now we're going to see the close combat research. Round of hussars there, and these clubmen will be very effective versus the hussars, which they are engaging the hussars. And I think the Frenchman's going to be knocked out of the game now. And also the Frenchman does back of the game now. This is Anagreat saying thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. Before I get started on the next replay, I do need to use the restroom. Please give me one moment. Sorry about that. I got a Twitch message. I'm just saying hello. Hello. I worry about that a little bit later. uncommon. Somebody sends me a Twitch message for replays. Give us mirror. Mood for right now for mirror matchups. We've got ink and mirror. Did I do this one? Oh, give me one moment to make sure I haven't done that one. Sounds familiar, but then again, sometimes there's a large number of matchups. That sounds familiar. Looks I may not have done this one, so let's go ahead and do it. Okay, there's actually a slightly different name, so I'll just make sure I haven't done that one. Zurin Motis versus Rado. Yep, looks like I actually have done this one. So let's go ahead and make sure I got that one deleted. No, let's just do a 2v2. That's good pace. Wait, did I do this one? I really need to make sure. Pistol Pete. One also sounds familiar. Hosua versus Platypus something, which means I have not done this one. So let's go and get started. Greetings everyone, and right here from another HBars 3 replay. Spawn on the bottom right side as the yellow Hosua, we have Vin Dien. Spawn on the right side as the blue Russian, we have Pistol Pete. Spawn on top left side as the magenta Russians, we have 2 High, 2 Rush. And as the red Maltese, we have Meow, Mix, Please Deliver. Whatever that means. When the colonials do go down, he will get the ancient cookbook of something which gave him a small trickle of food. Over here, got a ping by blue. Over here, do have red and magenta moving around. Jim Bob Cooter Munt. I have no idea what that even means. I don't even want to know what that means. Some of the swamp puppers starting going down. And this time, this Team Southside will get Ancient Inscriptions, give him 75 experience. Let's see now. We do have a deck here by the Maltese. It's called 2v2. Filgers, German Tongue, Ring Court, Woodwood Coin. No, I'm just going to do a brief peruse. Not going to go in depth since 2v2. Steel bolts means you're probably going for more of a crossbow. I see a lot of archaic weapons, so it's got a crossbow, archaic deck involving the Sentinel's rocket attack. The Hosua, let's see now, labeled SS2. You have a team card here, improving the range damage of all. Just range damage. Also improve Hosua's and French a little bit more. His teammate is Russian, who's clearly not French. Don't think those are Svalani stuff. Pretty standard deck. Most seen 1v1s I generally see. This Russian player, Team Grenades. Let's get access to the Team Kamacha Expeditions, which does give his cavalry plus 4 line of sight and 10% hit points, including shock infantry. Those other team cards. Looks like a Streltsy guerrilla combat, so got a Streltsy deck. Team Grenades, so maybe I'm for some grenadier stuff. Dar Cannon. The other friend, or the other Russian. Let's see, just 2v2 land, no team card. This is more of a cavalry deck. We, of course, got the New York regiments for Horshieks, recruits, and Streltsy, but I do see a large number of Cossacks. I see Boyars, more Cossacks, Shrilet combat, so Shrilet stuff and cavalry stuff. So Shrilet combat, or Shrilet cavalry, blah, can't speak. Yep, and Shrilet horde. Magenta's Explorer will go down to the double team of blue and yellow.
Я ранен, не могу идти.
And yellow is eyeing for this trade post here. It is the Berbers, so give them access to the Berber Camel Rider, the Berber Nomad, and the Salty Camel. Salty Camel is clearly the best native unit in the game. And it looks like blue and yellow is going to be hunting down the opponent's Grandmaster, who is killing off some of the local kitty cats for their wood. We got a red villager pushing her way center. Maybe I'm for proxy blockhouse. Or no, that's Maltese, so maybe proxy field hospital. Blue and yellow will be getting 2 stray cattle. So get some doggies. Though yellow's explorer will go down here. It's best if blue just steal it. He can always just gift them to his teammate. Keep those doggies rolling. And oh, there's a proxy field hospital. Got a proxy blockhouse here by the Russian as well. Yellow will spot this, so they will need to counterattack this area relatively quickly. The Russian player we currently have selected, the blue Russian player, this person here, has not aged up just yet. His teammate has aged up. The Maltese player has aged up. The other red Russian player is not aged up either. Got the Berber shipment being brought on in. He did not go to Songhai because I don't see the raiders there, so I'm not sure which group he aged up with. Got a small line of palisade walls there. Now got a commandery wagon not being floated on as well. Looks like the cows have been claimed by yellow. Going first, the magenta Russians going for the Tula Arms Foundry, which also given to Grenadiers, and as well as Artillery Foundry, going for a round of Streltsy. Local kitty cat will go on down, stealing his coin. How was he supposed to get his kid sent to college? You monster.
Готов.
Got a round of walls being pulled on out here. Cossacks, more Strelets being pulled out by Magenta. Blue is eyeing for his own Strelets. Cossacks will be very useful versus the Strelets, but his teammate has a number of pikemen to support out the Strelets. Magenta is right now vulnerable to the cavalry, with the blockhouse, commandery post, and the pikemen. More pikemen by red, so they're covering each other's weaknesses. Blue has to fall back. He should see the large army right there. Yellow needs to start eyeing to get an army over here to support his teammate. Red's eyeing for some more pikemen and some settler wagons. The Hizula player is not pulling out anything at the moment. No population rooms. Going for fair housing there. Got some damage coming out to this blockhouse there. Blue does have 2 blockhouse. Has a number of Streltsy as well. The war camp is something built there. Castle gained some damage there onto the Cossacks. Streltsy or a skirmisher that do have ×2 damage versus heavy. The base damage is not great. They're more close to archaic archers rather than to skirmishers. Cossacks are gaining some big damage on the Streltsy. Got the militia plugged by blue, and now yellow has a sizable amount of raiders here. Rolling some grenadier fire. Got some pikemen here, and he's taking a large amount of damage onto the raiders. He's trying to hit those Streltsy. His teammate needs to push forward and hit those pikemen. Got more pikemen deployed by red. Cossacks starting going down. Raiders push forward. Now got a shipment of Fulani archers there.
приказ?
Got a nice little army here, vulnerable to cavalry. His teammate has a good number of pikemen here, and the Grandmaster going for a shim of pikemen. That is 8 pikemen. And I'll play out more pikemen. He's designed for mass pikemen, looks like. Not sure what we should go for the moment. Maybe archaic soldier hit points or attack. The veteran towers could help him fortify this region. Magenta red now pushes way forward to yellow's base. Blue has a good number of Cossacks on the field. Cossack Strelets. The super player has a good number of Fulani archers help engage. Making a bit of damage here. Grenadiers do pose a threat to structures. Blue structures trying to push way forward. The castle is taking massive views. Streltsy pushing way forward, disengaging the Streltsy. Also a number of recruits on the field. And some Portuguese as well. Fulani archers now engaging as well. Blue and yellow are doing some good damage to those Grenadiers. Do pose a problem to them. Grenadiers do have good range resist. More raiders here. Can't really engage all these pikemen there. But it looks like blue and yellow's force is doing just fine. May want to focus on those Grenadiers. Raiders trying to hit those Grenadiers. Blue has some of its own Grenadiers floating out. Like magenta and red are falling back and a little bit overwhelmed by the Fulani archers. Also, Streltsy has gone down for blue. Blue's lost most of his army, but yellow's doing just fine. Going for more Fulani archers there. Magenta's going for more Streltsy and Grenadiers. Blue is eyeing for more villagers and going for Grenadiers, and also going for medicine, which reduce the cost and build time of villagers. Church has been built as well. Do you have church research? No, he doesn't. He's also going for a very fine coat and more Streltsy. Maltese players eyeing for some hussars as well as more pikemen. Oh, yellow's raiders charging way forward, getting some damage on these villagers. And they were nowhere near complete building that blockhouse. So great counterattack there by yellow. Cossacks trying to respond to it, but there's just too many raiders here. The raiders should win the fight. Magenta cavalry will go down. There's a ping here by red, noticing yellow's army. He's now mixing in some Akin Anacobos. And the blockhouse will be destroyed as well. Asua's eyeing for more Akin Anaconobles, or however you pronounce that. Magenta is going for Shimon 13 Streltsy. And it looks like Yellow's Raiders will go down, but they did a good work there, so losing them is just fine. They may pick off 1 or 2 more villagers. Whether they continue to run away, or maybe not. They may take out the Hussar there. Hussar does go down. Blue's now going for some recruits as well. Oh, over here, yellow and blue trying to push way forward, trying to clean up this proxy stuff. Getting some damage on the boundary. Oh, we even got some shots on the settler wagons, but they're a bit hard to kill. Artillery foundry does go down. Blue has a good number of grenadiers, which should be effective versus pikemen. And our Kanobos do also have a bit of AoE as well, so blue and yellow have great AoE effects, so they should rip apart the Streltsy and the pikemen no problem. They also do have 14 range, it's not too terribly long range. Doesn't appear any player has aged up. Looks like Magenta may be on the age up relatively soon with mountain resources stockpiling. Now we do have the hospitality. And more of the Russian housing started going down. They now have another blockhouse here, and as well as an outpost. Settler wagon taking some damage there. Got a pair of outposts firing away. Pulling out some crossbows. We'll say it's gone for the Redden towers. That was maybe those 2 towers. That's just the Grandmaster there. Oh, got their Hussars there. Intercepted. Red may lose a good number of these Hussars. I know those Hussars will go down. Red has quite a sizable army here. Magenta is going for H3. Does not have a sizable army, and Streltsy, of course, numbers can be inflate the perception of how much effectiveness. Oh, a number of Grenadiers going down. It's actually sort of a bad thing that Grenadiers in front of formation in front of Streltsy, isn't it? Streltsy just may need to be set to the front of any formation. Either way, do you have Falconets now being pulled up by Magenta? Falconets would be very reasonable. The other Russians now eyeing to age up as well. Going for the Exile Prince. Hussars charging by 4, getting some damage there onto these Fulani archers. A number of grenades has been thrown there. Pikemen still here in pretty good numbers, but looks like no real upgrades onto them just yet. Maltese player looks like he's going to eye to age up relatively soon as well. So another castle is being built over here, as well as the university. Grandmaster will now be picked off by the various yellow cavalry. Blue has built out a pair of proxy blockhouses there. Let's use the center coin in the map. There's plenty of coin in the map for both players to paint, plus some gold deposits up north. Looks like the Maltese players going for the bishop, which will allow them to move diagonally a little bit better. So was also going for the Moroccans. There's the Red's covered wagon. Maybe a fixed gun behind the settlement, the trading post here. Who now has a shipment available, going for the team Trazul Team Segalis. I think it's be better than go for this Gyros and villagers, because it'll affect both him and his teammate, and that will provide quite a bit of value right there. Blue's trying to push way forward. The Super Flare is a pop cap. Magenta trying to go for more recruits, going for veteran recruits. Doesn't have veteran Streltsy there. Falconets gains some good damage. Grenadiers push forward. Got the various yellow cavalry moving around. These guys are very bunched up, so these Magenta Falconets can get some good damage. And now got the yellow cavalry overrun the Falconets immediately. That's a big loss from Magenta. Yellow's infantry and blue's infantry push way forward. Recruits are engaged in the Hussars. More Hussars here, but the Anaconda Nobles are Musketeer variants, so they should be just fine against them. Magenta is engaged in all the Yellow's cavalry now down. Blue and Yellow's infantry corps are still just fine. Still got 4 Falconets flooded by blue here. The pikemen are about 8 of big volley there. Falconets starting to get overrun by the pikemen. The damage output's not really too high. Does I got 1 Falconet there, 3 Falconets still alive. Grenades raining on in. Oh, there's a fixed gun. One Falconet does go down there, trying to siege on the fixed gun. Get some good hits there on the Falconets. The fixed gun does 300 damage per shot, but less damage for artillery. And it looks like it does do less damage for siege as well, so if you do less damage for Grenadiers, you gotta make sure you micro to hit the Streltsy, or the flying archers, or Nobles. Falconets are moving forward, got a good number of hits on the recruits. Grenadiers gains good damage from the Sentinels and Musketeer variant. That is dirt cheap population, or effective for their cost, but not for their population. Blue and yellow starting to fall back, regroup. The Russian plays time for refrigeration and economic theory, going for more Korshieks. The blue Russian. The Maltese player is now going for Knights of Rhodes against some Knights of Rhodes. X-Gun receiving some damage there from the various Grenadiers. The Super player bringing a shipment of Berber allies, get more Berber camel riders, and anti-cavalry camel. Jenna has a round of Falconets here. Got one blue Falconet here and a good amount of cavalry. Raiders now pushing forward. Heroes tuning their horns. Fervor Riders now being brought in, going for the mission Fervor. Yep, not sure where the Berber Camel Riders are at. Take a look at their stats. Blue and yellow engaging the Streltsy. Streltsy starting getting annihilated. Got another round of Streltsy there. The Magenta Russian player is eyeing for more Korshieks, and Streltsy starting to get overran. Blue Russian player is going for more of his veteran core champion Nyx and more Falconets. The Maltese player is not to play out anything other than just a bit of research. I think Maltese player is getting corralled in by the various cavalry. The fixed guns having trouble dealing with the cavalry, of course. He does have some defense here, so the cavalry will get whittled down there. Oh, those Javelin Riders got annihilated. Red has his army now mixed on in, gets good damage to the various yellow cavalry. Magenda's Falconets gains good damage to it, gets a number of Hospitallers, which are Halberdier variant. When engage these various infantry forces, Falconets can still do some good damage there. One Falconet goes down, and some of these Falconets are getting tooted. They send one of the Giats to hit the other Falconet. Falconet there will go down. A number of Dragoons now engaging the Elite Raiders. It looks like Yellow's and Blue's army has been held off there thanks to the cannon. Got more Falconets plotted by Blue, going for more of the Orchopenics, which they do ×3 damage versus villagers, and they have good siege damage. Red is pinging over here. Got a number of proxy block houses for Blue. And the Husu players eyeing H up to the Berbers. The Berbers do exist on this map as well, so they may have this synergy there. Magenta is just pulling out more villagers. Blue is eyeing to pull out a good number of recruits. He's recruiting some recruits. Oh, that's town center there as well. Yellow's now advanced to age 4. Bringing more villagers. Let's get 3 town centers on the field. Red's town center is starting to receive some damage. Falconets engaging. And the town center looks like will go down. Militia being focused down there. Town center does go down. Red's forces slowly getting whittled down to start advancing way forward. And there's a large number of recruits here. He needs to go for more crossbows. The super player does have 55 villagers. Magenta Russian only has 20, so he does not have many villagers whatsoever. Not currently building much as well. His economy just in the gutter. The blue Russian's going for 3 villager queues, has 89 villagers. He's been really getting his villagers going. Going for Frontier Blockhouse, and the Maltese players down to 40. Yep, Team Northside is just going to get out ecoed, and they were probably just going to overran. It has now Halcrepus, a mercenary unit being plotted by the Maltese from the saloon. Right here. Liz's Pirate Pub.
Hello?
Oh, but they sing sea shanties in there. Right now pulling out mill. There's some wildlife here still being claimed. Magenta is migrated down south. We've got also a depot there. And it looks like he had a good amount of coins, so he's just going for mass mercenary in a sort of last ditch attempt. That's a road's not being pulled on the field. He has maxed that out. Archipus are looks like light cavalry. Nope, let's see, they're heavy cavalry. They're very, very rare heavy range cavalry. And they do have a unique less damage versus hand infantry multiplier. I don't think I've ever seen that multiplier before. I've never seen this icon before. This unit is particularly weird. It does have great range damage, 80 range damage, with a little bit AoE. Weak versus pikemen, or less damage versus pikemen. And probably weak versus shock. Are they classified as hand infantry? Like coyote runners? Their attack speed's also 2. That's a little bit weird attack speed, but it is relatively quick. Their health is actually very low as well for a mercenary unit, so keep that in mind. Those are Blue's villagers trying to torch down the commandery. An unlikely hero, potentially. Red's now eyeing for a counterattack, has a good amount of the elite cavalry with some order dragoons mixed on in. Light and heavy ranged units. They do 50% less damage versus villagers, but 40 damage versus villagers still not bad. Recruits and various Pasua forces pushing forward. More villagers for Pasua, as well as some mortars. More villagers for Magenta. Blue is about to age up as well, going for the engineer. The engineers are Inja here. And looks like red backs of the game and both blue backs of the game. So they both back of the game at this moment. This is Great saying thank you for watching, and on to next replay. Probably have time for one more game. Indian Ottoman versus Indian Spain. Indian Ottoman versus Ottoman Lakota. A bit too much of a mirror matchup. Let's see if we can get 4 unique civs. Nice and stable. Let's go. Greetings everyone, and great here for another Age of Empires 3 replay. Spawn on the south side as the Red French. We have Slumbering Wolf's Shack. Spawn as his Maltese Magenta ally, we have Pixel Buggy. Spawn as the Yellow Spanish, we have Local Playmaker. And as the Blue Hasua, we have the Housist. Or Housist? I have no idea. And again, how do I pronounce any name of the game? I have no idea. The French have already selected a deck. Looks like it includes Royal Fencing School, various economic upgrades, a large number of economic upgrades. Looks like I got Turtle French, Beginner. Yeah, he literally has all the, almost like seems like all the economic upgrades. So we got Turtle French, The Spanish, no deck selected. Maltese, no deck selected. And everyone else is not selected deck. The Hasua is eyeing for some local doggos. Hunting doggos, village doggos. The good boys and girls. Red will be going to take out the Unbearable Bear and will steal his peasant weaponry of rebellion of 90 wood. Be careful, he just stopped the bear from rebelling. Magentas, looks like the Grandmaster's name, Bulletproof. 5+4 Lancer. Let's see, it's talk the Spanish. Spanish is like the deck. We got Dry Pro. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe it means not a water deck. We got Villagers, Infinite Wood, Mutant Capitalism. Infinite Wood's interesting. It's always good to have at least one sort of infinite card. Does have a Team Falconet, so instead of getting for 2 Falconets, he can get their team 2 Falconets. Everything else looks like he has gone for cavalry. Looks like he's gone for a Lancer deck. Rodialos for defense and pikemen. Marvel Seer factory. So we got a Lancer deck. Cavalry deck for the Spanish. Maltese has selected a deck. It is 3v3, which is not 3v3. Bows and fire. Infinite Baraka Gardens. Exchange all your current food for an equal amount of wood. Not one of those power plays ones, but it can be very nice. After all, you collect up food fast and wood, but you're going to need a large amount of food to make that worth a shipment, honestly. See, it says bows and fire, so he may be eyeing, let's see, Archaic Soldier hit point stacks, so he's eyeing for crossbows based on the name, and flamethrower stuff. Equip your fire throwers with a flamethrower. Powerful charge attack inflicts burn damage. Crossbow bolts. So fire thrower crossbows is composition. And Hasua does have 2s equal 1. No team cards. He's has the Gasina Berber allies. This will make Corsi and Konobu's not cost influence. Higher Cannoneers who fire heavy muskets, which are obviously gun variant. Sentinel Horsemen, super heavy cavalry, more Berber allies. And over here, got higher Escaris, a mercenary unit. So it looks like got maybe some sort of influence deck. Oh, there's a team card here. Team Marabout Network reveals all location of trading posts, treasures, and any fortifications on the map. I wonder if that's a one-time effect, or is that permanent? If it's permanent, where it does it for new stuff, that may not be half bad. Also ships 2 Gyrots, some odd reason. You can't give your teammate 2 Gyrots. Yeah, that card may be interesting. Hard for me to say, honestly. You'd also have Native Warriors, Mercenaries, and Outlaws are 50% cheaper, including shipments of them. So he's going for an influence deck, that's for sure. Oh, he did go with Songhai for the age up, so now I can bring in some Raiders. Raiders roll. Do now have the couriers being brought on in. I just do not like the French deck overall. I see all the cards meant for economic cards. They do have their place, don't get me wrong, but maybe not that many. At least not in non-treaty games. In treaty games, it makes actually quite a bit of sense. In non-treaty games, not so much, in my opinion. We got now the Sansuki. The French are maybe eyeing for mercenaries or outlaws? Or maybe just trying to build that just for the coin generation. After all, 200 wood for 0.6 coin generation is not bad. Oh, but we do now have the Maltese player pushing forward for a bunch of crossbows. Crossbows, of course, don't have good siege damage. The team that has Blossom Hussars. After all, being French, Hussars are a requirement. We got shipment pikemen being brought in by the Spanish. Barracks trying to go out Let's see. Oh, that's not a build bar, that's a health bar. I'm just going crazy. Raiders do find a good opportunity to hit the crossbows. Crossbows just may want to stay in a fight. Though his teammates Hussars are also pushing forward to hit assist the Raiders. And a crossbow rush will fail. Red's Hussars pushing forward, getting some hits on some villagers. There's a French stable here. He does spot the Grand Master. Yellow's Hussars not pushing forward. Some of the Blue's Raiders are going down. Now got a good number of pikemen fought by Yellow. Villagers still getting hit over here. Red's Explorer is about to go down. Blue's Explorer. The Halcyon does have the Red's Explorer there. The Husui plays down to 14 villagers. That's a pretty sizable loss there. But Yellow's doing just fine. He's able to torch down the hospitals. They are dirt cheap. We got Magenta's pikemen engaging Yellow's pikemen. Yellow does have a number of musketeers on the field as well. The Husui player now bringing a shipment of raiders. Economic theory for the Frenchmen and more Hussars. French is going for more musketeers, not bad. Being up with this infrastructure. The Hussars now engaging some of these various villagers. All of them do escape inside it. These raiders may want to hit the Hussars. It looks like Magentas and Reds push will be forced back. Right now, the Spanish player does have 21 villagers. The Maltese have 22, going for more crossbows. Asu is at 16. He is going for more villagers. Eros not being blown in the field. And the French does have 24 or 25 villagers, but not maintains village production all too well. Oh, and there's also more red Hussars hitting Yellow's units, but I do not, or villagers, but I don't see any carcasses of villagers. Oh, wait, no, he has 19. I think he had more than that. So Team Northside has lost a good number of villagers. But Team Northside has an army pushing way forward. Crossbows do bonus damage versus heavy infantry, but their bonus damage is only plus 25%, so it's not very good. So Maltese can get steel bolts to greatly improve their damage against heavy, increasing from plus 25% to plus 100%. Raiders engaging does have another pikeman for defense. Those got Fulani archers here to engage those pikemen, but all the raiders basically gone down. All the pikemen have gone down. Magenta's falling back. What is the Maltese? His eye for more villagers has 36 population in the field. So it has 40, going for more raiders. The French has 40 population as well, going for more Hussars. And Rodialos for the Spanish. Shipment of them of 7. That can help them quickly cross the map. Hero's tuning a horde against that lady and against this villager. Yellow and blue do have pretty sizable armies here. Team Southside does not. Some of the crossbows getting tooted. Got a number of field hospitals here. He's going for more crossbows. And has more crossbows. He needs more wood. He's going for the German tongue now. And it looks like the Hussars trying to flank around, trying to hit the Blue's forces. Yellow's doing a good job. Magenta's pinging right there. And now we got a shipment of a commander wagon. They won't be able to take that out there. Yellow is engaging Red's cavalry. Red's cavalry is trying to get ripped apart there. And Magenta has brought some militia here. Flying archers now engaging. Commandery has been pulled on the field. Red's Hussars trying to go on down there. Good amount tuning in the horns there. Red's Hussars going down. Crossbows still being reinforced. Another round of crossbows there. Hussars now able to collapse on in and raise hit those crossbows. Very, very good. Blue's backline infantry is not really existent anymore. Flying archers, and of course the Herots tooting their horns. Looks like the Blue Explorer does go down here. More musketeers being pulled by the Spanish, which will be good. We do not have some Rodialos, which are also a heavy infantry, perfect for fighting against these Hussars. And now they're just going to pursue those Hussars to the ends of the earth. More crossbows not pulling them out. Blue does have a number of flying archers. Only a couple of Girots now remain. Hussars running back, flying, or the Rodialos trying to avoid. And I got the 3 musketeers now pulling them out. When the Rodialos engage the musketeers, and the Hussars still being pursued by the Rodialos. Rodialos trying to fall back there. A couple of Girots remain. A couple of Girots go down. Multi-side for more crossbows, so Suez trying to bring in some more raiders and javelin riders and villagers. Flying archers starting going down. Raiders now trying to engage the Hussars. Yellow musketeers getting hit by some of the Hussars. Yellow's Explorer does go down. Blue and yellow needs to start falling back. French right now has 30 villagers. The Spanish have 27. The Maltese have 29. And Suez still has only 23. Now bringing another raiding party. As could probably a good amount of cavalry will soon be on the field. 5 general riders, 5 more raiders, and of course 5 more raiders here. Red saying counterattack. Hussar does go down there. The 3 musketeers use a pistol charge attack there. More cavalry flowing field does receive a bit of a volley. More Fulani archers there. Now got the team Marabout Network. We'll give them 2 Girots each, so 4 Girots. He may want to go. Needs more influence, perhaps get out the Galcinas. Anakin Nobles, maybe not. Rebel allies, possibly. They're light cavalry, maybe not. I don't know what he should go for. Spanish players going for more Hussars, not for more villagers. Blue's cavalry trying to flank around, hit those crossbows, engage the Hussars. Got a good number of musketeers and Fulani archers now trying to engage Red's Adventurous force. They couldn't traverse the field long enough, allowing Team Northside to get out a nice, sizable army. Red is trying to pull out more Hussars there. Sign more Hussars now eyeing for age 3, going to Bishop. This will be the first person aging up. The Spanish player maxed out population, needs more wood to get more housing. Maltese has plenty of food and coin. He's trying to age up himself. Right now, the Maltese players need to go some pikes. Red saying, say maxi pikes. Make pikes probably. Crossbows trying to fly archers maybe. Hussars engaging the crossbows. Hussars getting some damage. And looks like crossbows do get inside the commander trying to avoid combat. Getting overran. Trying to save his army so they can regroup. Yellow's just streaming in more and more musketeers. The crossbows are good. Does get a far side there. Got a natural. Okay, that's just a treasure, not a treasure chest. Girots now engaging. Not Girots. The Girots, are they classified as light? They're just classified as infantry healing unit. Light nor heavy. Commander's taking some damage here.
Yes?
Red's Hussars trying to engage once again. Got some pikemen hit some blue cavalry. Very good, including javelin riders. As I was trying before, but there's a good amount of musketeers here. More crossbows being put on the field. The Maltese player could perhaps eye for steel bolts. Steel bolts will greatly help him against all the musketeers. It'll also improve their health. And nope, just a little bit of range, which will be very helpful getting up to 18 range. Yeah, make it so they have a little bit actually longer range than the Fulani archers. Trying to fall back there. He's going for the fixed gun. I sort of disagree with that. Another field hospital on the field. Falconets in 40 seconds. Spanish or the French sign for Falconets. Hussars on patrol 4. Discard some of our riders. Falconets engage with crossbows. Gyrots are shooting the horns. Flying archers engaging. Both the south side has aged up. More crossbows. And now there's the fixed gun. Oh. You gotta fix that immediately. He cancels redeploys there. Very good response time there. But taking a large amount of damage. Does get deployed on the field. Iron Force shot takes out that unit. Not sure what that was. And the fixed gun taking some more damage. Frenchman has another shipment available. His falconets are probably still... There's his falconets. Fixed gun, of course, has gone down. Frenchman could eye for some skirmishers. One falconet does go down there. Crossbows getting hit. Got now a big wave of French cuirassiers. His falconets do go down. Engaging the hussars. Down riders also going to get hit by the French cuirassiers. Going for shipment of falcon skirmishers, going for more cuirassiers, and of course villagers. Spanish line for more musketeers. Zero bolts not being flown field. Should have gone for that before the fixed gun. It would greatly a plus 75% damage against those musketeers would have been very useful. And plus 2 range would be generally useful versus all targets. Focus on the musketeers, very nice. Going for more musketeers. We're going to lose the field hospital. But he does have 2 other ones here, so he has plenty of production queues. Right now he needs more wood. More of the French cuirassiers pulling on field, more skirmishers as well. French musketeers being instead by the French cuirassiers are here in very good numbers. Because when they get deployed in good numbers, they can do quite a bit of damage. The AoE effect. Taking out some Fulani archers that are reinforcing. Crossbows. Taking out the Fulani archers. Got the French skirmishers pushing way forward as well. Yellow and blue are going to be forced on back. The Husua players aging up now to the Husua. The French trying for more cuirassiers. The Spanish is currently pulling out nothing.
See?
The French are eyeing for some mills, or not the French, the Spanish. There's plenty of food over here. Yellow's pinging right there. Yellow has nothing really, only villagers. The Maltese is pulling out south. The Husua has 31 villagers, going for more Fulani archers. Against their opponent's current composition, that's not a good item. They're an archaic archer, and they're fighting against light units and heavy cav. Raiders would probably be the generally best item for him to deploy on the field. He's trying to go for some javelin riders. Javelin rider raiders probably good. First, yes. First across the river. Elite range warriors not being researched. Got a fortress or castle now being deployed on out. Does have some food upgrades there. Fulani archers gain some pathetic damage on the cuirassiers. It's going to take time to torch down the castle. That number of farms here. I think Team Northside's transitioned to the mills a little bit too soon. There's still plenty of food on the map. The Reds actually more or less have villages in this region. I got this tin mine. And this war camp will go down before it gets another deployment. Try and go for another war camp here. The French is eyeing for H4, going for Tycoon. Spanish trying to go for more musketeers and hussars, but he's only H2. Maltese is a pop cap, has a bit of wood, may want to get some housing. Now got a round of Javelin Riders there, plus shipment. And looks like Hasuo back out of the game, and the Spanish are probably going to be next. And Spanish back to the game now. That's Android saying thank you for watching, and on the next replay. And that's probably going to do it for me tonight. So everyone, thank you for watching, have a good evening, and get some good rest.